Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking days. Good motherfucking morning, ladies. How are we all doing today, chat? How are we all doing today? We're good? Chilling? Gucci Gucci, Tamaguchi Gucci.
Click the link, Mr. Force.
So it would seem. When t-shirts for sale? Soon. They're asking me like a bunch of technical questions like what fit, coloring, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. 3XL for the buys. 6XL for the buys. 6XL. But yeah. Athlete fit for all the gym bros. Bruh. Tight t-shirts are not in, my man. Okay. The girls think you're a douche if you wear a tight t-shirt. Xbox live stream in 2 hours. Right. 18, I'm assuming. We can check it. Very nice. Let's see here. We got some re-Sabronis joining and rejoining. Johnny, thank you. Lastly, welcome back. Horse Pepsi. We got Helioki. Thank you. Jen Sash and Gersey BD. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. Chat, what's happening? What are we doing? What's new? Newsworthy. How many color variants will be available? I don't know. They ask me what colors I want. I'm like, I like black. I like white. I like dark blue.
Click me Forsen, click,
Yeah.
click, 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 click.
Click. I don't know. I haven't given it much thought. Will you marathon all the GTA games for 6? Most definitely not. But I think we have a chaos playthrough left on GTA 4, I think. We did 5. We did 3 San Andreas, right? So that might happen at one point this year. But yeah. Nothing is certain but death. How about some cool earthy colors? Brown, olive green, beige. Yeah, Nina said brown would look good on the screen printed one for sure.
Forsen, I'm going to send you a new Ronnie McNutt link. But don't worry, it won't show his max leveling. It will just show him complaining about life in his final minutes. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that shit, man. We already seen that shit. There was a Ronnie McNutt guy posting all the shit. We've seen it. Are you watching the Xbox Partners live stream in 2 hours? Yeah, we'll check it out. Sure. Sure. Why not? Let's see what they're cooking. What about Vice City? I'd rather do, I think, GTA 4. I mean, I like Vice City a lot. It's best. Anyway, it has the good music, but it depends on which Chaos is better, I think. It depends on which Chaos is better. I'm assuming that the GTA 4 Chaos is better. But yeah, anything else cool, fresh, new, exciting? Valve writer Eric Wolpaw said he was experimenting with AI in the company, but not for an upcoming game. New coding references for HLX were found in recent Dota 2 update. I don't know what HLX is. No idea. Transgender athletes are now banned from women's sport in the Olympic Games. Oh shit. Gas price in Philippines spiked 87%. Oh no. It's no good. That's no good, man. It's no good. I did not watch the new Daredevil episode. Israel is joining NATO. That doesn't sound real. It don't sound real. Breaking news, Intel Arc GPUs doesn't work for Crimson Desert. Did that game come around? Like, I heard there was a patch or something for fixing controls and UI. I don't know if that game is good. They got a patch that made it much better. That is good. France confirms oil crisis, says 30 to 40% Gulf energy infrastructure destroyed. That's not good. That's not good. Will you bother streaming From Software game on Nintendo Dusk Bloods in September? Well, I did get a Switch 2 for that game, amongst one or two other. So yeah. Let's hope it's not a flop.
No wonder you think tight shirts aren't in, given how your body has literally nothing to show off. Click the link Mr. Twibsen.
Excuse me? I was wondering if you've seen these guns somewhere. I'm looking for them. Look at those fucking guns, man. That shit is great. 100% natural, alright? 100% natural. But yes. This is a Levi's shirt. Alright, I wish I was sponsored by Levi's. All this free advertising for them.
Hello, Forsen. Forsen, I'm the Ronnie McNutt guy. I sent you all his links so far, so don't fucking say you have seen it already. I sent you a new video that you never saw about him. That's why I said it's new. You liar.
You are two different donators. The same. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But we do have links, chat. We do have links. Starting with pre-linker. That can be good. Pause the music, maestro. I have leftovers today. Big leftovers. Fish. Vegetables. Potato slices. What the fuck is happening? This had to be pre-linked 2 hours ahead of time. No sauce, no. I forgot to buy tzatziki, so we're raw dogging it.
思ってたより暗くて卑屈で意固地でしつこくて盗撮魔思ってたより声が低くて思ってたより男らしい思ってた通り優しい人でした東京橋から飛び込んだ川は冷たくて気持ちよかったね音楽室を除くまん丸の月はおまんじゅうみたいで美味しそうだった競争した電車には本気で勝てると思った輝く星の下で
I love fucking kids.
Okay.
Are we serious, bruh? What the hell am I looking at right now, man? My eyes must be deceiving me right now because there is no way that this guy is actually real. Everyone in my last absolute Batman video was talking about some. Wait until he gets to Bane. Oh, nah, Bane built different, but I didn't believe it. How built different can you be when Batman is already looking like this? First meeting, and we already know that bro's a menace. These two leaders over here were trying to end a 100-year-long war. They just finalized the agreement, no more bloodshed. But as they said this, we see blood pool through the door. And then this behemoth of a, I don't even know what to call him. He ain't no damn human, he too huge. Walks through the door. Yes, through the door, and we see him. Absolute Bane. I remember this dude being huge, but not like this. He's towering over 2 military leaders like it's nothing. Forgive me for interrupting, gentlemen. The pleasure is all mine, bruh. Won't catch me pressing him for barging through my door. Bane is here because he heard that peace talks were going through. And unfortunately, he can't have that happening. That's why he was so crushed to hear that one of them betrayed the other, killing him and plunging their countries back into war. Which one of you was it again? Nigga on the right wasted no time backdooring this dude, bro. After all that talk about peace. And are we kidding, bro? Did he just palm a grown-ass man like a damn basketball? Bro's gloves are bigger than his entire upper body. Crushed this man like he was nothing too. Bruh, I don't even blame this guy Omar. He's out here praying this shit. He doesn't know that Darkseid is his god, bro. He was cooked from the beginning. Bane trying to raise him up too, but hell no, bro. Get this nigga away from him. If this happened to me, they'd have to take me out right then and there. After his peaceful negotiations, Bane gets a call from his employers at JK Holdings. Who owns JK Holdings? The fucking Joker. Batman had no chance, bro. Joker's out here moving with Bruce Wayne money. It's raps. They sent for Bane so he could deal with Batman because he'd been lighting the city up like crazy. He was beating so much ass that the hospitals ran out of ambulances. They were using bikes and shit to get people to the EMTs. Crazy work. So now Batman has to deal with the party animals, which are annoying enough already, and this bona fide demon. It has never been more over than now. So how do these two end up meeting? To give you a little synopsis, Batman's best friend Waylon, or Way, has been missing for the past 2 weeks, and he's been taken to a place called Arc M. Now, Batman and Pennyworth have been researching this place for quite a while as well, and it's not looking good. Not only are there arcs all over the world, this one in particular has been in the works since the 19th century. 19th century, bro. 1800s. Immortal was cosplaying as Abe Lincoln back then, bro. Batman is cooked. But this is Bruce Wayne we're talking about. He's gonna do anything and everything in his power to save his best friend. And after looking through some blueprints, he and Alfred are able to find a way in. With Pennyworth guiding him through the pipeline, it takes him less than an hour and a half to get through. When he gets to the entry point, Pennyworth says it can't be. Batman's 100 meters beneath the prison. But then we see the real Arc M, a huge complex with hundreds of buildings underground. Also,
Arc M.
My next claim is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution. Nice to meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you, sir.
Mehdi, lovely to meet you.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because in regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So, quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise, I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
whenever
the
it's in your
Second Amendment.
favor.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree,
So
and that's
you
part of
support
the problem.
Trump? You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I can't even remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted. I kind of voted just to.
I came with this argument, but I'm bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local leaders.
Who is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
brown people. So,
well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
Some of the people in this room don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually, hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
New Hermione actress aware. New Hermione actress aware. New Hermione actress aware. New Hermione actress aware. Also, new Draco Malfoy is a lob smasher. He's like 10 and already mugs you, old man.
Oh, well, I use a pseudonym online, but fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
But who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
Isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt
supporters.
makes this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right?
Carl Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Hi, Mr. Force. I noticed when you clear the inventory, you throw the shit at your feet, making you pick it up again. Does this mean you are role-playing as a garbage man or perhaps an Indian? Please clarify.
Human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews.
I
No
think
further
that
links.
there was a little bit of persecution
We
and stuff
may
like
have
that,
to
which is
rename
bad.
this show
but
because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
hey, what can I say?
I think you can say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
I guess Nazi.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
During
you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats. They were aristocrats. They didn't care.
Favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
You mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only killed combatants. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
Franco didn't kill any children. Okay.
The White Terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi and being a
feeling
Nazi
is mutual,
and
so
being a Nazi means upholding human dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't.
That guy is quite the show. Quite the show. This guy got fired from his job? I would think so.
Dr. Paul, I am a Central Intelligence Agency.
Name?
Not only.
Mercenary!
They are not my friend.
I have to
Don't worry about it.
get my...
Why do they want you or not? Why would want them?
Trying to get a bonus. Mercenaries. The man in the mask.
Let them on board. I am now. Fill out a flight plan with the agency. They are here, and her husband, Dr. Paul, and me, but one of you. For the first time on my plan. Who pays you to grab the Dr. Pavel? Well, do not fly. Who wants to try and then what? Tell me about the nightmares. Why you wearing a mask? Many loyal customers for a hired gun.
Or maybe you're wondering why anyone would kill someone before they left the plane.
At least you can talk to. And who are you?
No matter who we are, the important thing is our plan. You don't care as long as I have the mask on.
If you succeed, you will die?
It would be very painful.
You are a good person.
Give me this.
Still got to the part of your plans?
Dr. Paul of course reject our proposal, which interests you. We know what it says about us.
Nothing. He did not say anything.
Well, congratulations. You'll have to catch it. Master planning next, right?
Plane crash. With no breadwinner.
This can't happen. I'm in control here.
No, they expect us to a rubble of my brother-in.
I am sneaking in link while Forsen is away
the fire.
preparer.
Be quiet, Doctor. Now it's time to fear not. Come back later.
Alright. Fat portion.
This is every single One Piece arc explained, starting with Romance Dawn. It begins with Luffy as a child in the village of Fuchsia. He idolizes a pirate named Red-Haired Shanks. But one day, Luffy accidentally eats a devil fruit called the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which gives him the ability to stretch like rubber, but takes away his ability to swim. Fast forward a bit, a bandit named Higuma captures Luffy, but Shanks saves him, losing his arm in the process. Shanks then leaves the village, inspiring Luffy to become a pirate and find the legendary treasure, the One Piece. The story jumps forward a bit to Luffy's present day, where he meets a young boy named Kobe, who's being forced to work for a female pirate named Alvida. Luffy defeats this Alvida, and Kobe becomes inspired by Luffy's courage. They set sail together to find the marine base at Shellstown. Luffy and Kobe arrive at Shellstown, where they encounter the infamous pirate hunter, Rorunora Zoro, who is being held captive by the marine officer Captain Morgan and his son Helmeppo. Luffy frees Zoro, and they team up to defeat Morgan and liberate the town. Zoro then joins Luffy's crew as his first mate, and Kobe stays behind to join the Marines. Moving on to the Orangetown arc, Luffy and Zoro arrive at Orangetown, where they meet a person named Nami, a skilled navigator and thief who despises pirates with all their being. They learn that the town is under the control of the cruel pirate captain, Buggy the Clown, who possesses the power of the Barabara no Mi, allowing him to separate his own body parts. Buggy captures Luffy, and Nami initially betrays Luffy, but later regrets her actions. She then teams up with Luffy and Zoro to fight Buggy. During the battle, it's revealed that Buggy and Shanks were once crewmates. Luffy ultimately defeats Buggy by taking advantage of his power's weaknesses. So after defeating him, Luffy invites Nami to join his crew as their navigator, but she initially refuses, stating that she only wants to team up for convenience. The crew then sets sail from Orangetown to continue their adventure. Syrup Village arc. Syrup Village begins with Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, who arrive at the village and meet a local boy named Usopp. Usopp is known for being a liar.
They have to have these timers in the top left to make sure that people's attention spans don't close the video.
To Kaya, a sickly girl who lives in a mansion on the village's outskirts. Kaya's caretaker is
That's
Klahadore,
crazy.
a stern butler who despises Usopp. The crew discovers that Klahadore is actually known as Kuro and is a former pirate who faked his own death. Kuro plans to kill Kaya and seize her fortune with the help of his Black Cat pirates. Usopp overhears this plan of Kuro's, but is not believed by the villagers due to his reputation of being a liar.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Day 3 of speedrunning Tesco's on our biggest, toughest map yet. We've grabbed the basket, 0.4 seconds ahead of PB, not too bad, and I've got an NPC spawned in here, and that's an unfortunate movement pattern that prevents us from moving around. We're going to head over to the meal deal main. Now I've got to pick up the meal deal snack, and I just moved kind of past it. I'm not super familiar with the layout of the meal deal offerings here, but we're going to head over to the drinks now, which are over on this separate bit. Another couple of NPCs spawned in front of the drinks, but we're going to do our best to just grab one. High NPC spawn rate today. Over to the fruit and veg, we got, was it strawberries and blueberries today, right next to each other. That's great.
Not checking the strawberries and blueberries?
Since that I'm
What the
behind,
fuck?
you can see I'm picking up the pace on the way to the milk here. Over to the open milk fridge, no doors to contend with. Now to report back on these cream egg Oreos that I picked up by accident last time. Can confirm they're absolutely amazing and I'm picking them up on purpose this time. Get them in the basket. Over to our second cupboard goods here. Gonna grab that off the shelf in there. 2.5 seconds behind heading to the checkout. So I'm eyeing up on the left whether we can cut down to the self-service tills without skipping out this whole meandering part, and we can't. There's a long queue leading up to the staff checkout, so we can't cut through that way. We've got to go here. There's an unnerving number of people in front of me here. Are we going to have to queue, or are there going to be enough self-service checkouts? We'll find out. I did see a good number of green lights above the tills as we were moving down, and everyone's moving down. Okay, we've got a free one here, and that's basket down at minus 1.7. Okay, so we are 1.7 seconds ahead of PB here. We could potentially come out with our best time yet on this map because the checkout wasn't great on PB. So now we just got to scan everything. We've got our first item in the bag and on the scales. And yeah, see, I tried to put that in front of the scanner too quickly before it had registered the previous item. Yeah, this is tough. It's a really difficult map. The scanner with the scales as well as the overall size of the map, the high NPC spawn rate. But looks like we've got everything scanned here. We're pressing pay. I just thought that the charity prompt was going to come up, but it didn't. And I tap the card and we get the insert card message. No. I mean, this wasn't a great run as it is, but that unlucky card RNG has just completely taken away any hope of getting a PB here. Past 2 minutes 30 already, and we're still in the store. Making our way out now. We're going to try and pick up the pace on our way out. I don't know in the moment what time it's going to be, but sadly it's going to be a 2:40. Oh, that is a tough map to contend with. Some pretty...
Well, takes me like 45 minutes. Bro, I'm trying to eat my fucking shit here, alright? Drew Stranding, welcome back. HTML Boss, welcome back.
Anthony wants to be top. And how does he know you're not a cop? He's horny and he just wants to mess around. My excuse to come here was I was going to Atlantic City.
He's 46-year-old Anthony Palumbo, and he's brought a gift. We've hired an 18-year-old actor to play the part of the young teen.
Hey, come on in. Awesome.
You were good directions.
Online in an AOL gay chat room calling himself Hi Buddy What's Up, he tells the decoy, who's pretending to be a 14-year-old boy, that he's horny. Then the 46-year-old says,
I want to be top.
Oh, okay.
You want to do it raw?
Raw?
Yes.
What's that?
No rubber.
I was supposed to bear left.
Now he's here, beer in hand, asking the decoy several times to put it in the refrigerator.
You can put that in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll put it in a little bit.
All right. I'll relax.
I'm just a little nervous.
I'm nervous too. My excuse to come here, I went to Atlantic City.
I don't know
I feel like we watched this
I
morning,
don't know, just chill out.
but I can't tell.
All right, we'll see what happens.
I'm just nervous, you know.
That's all right. You could put that in the refrigerator in the meantime.
All right, I don't mean to.
Don't get drunk with that.
I won't.
All right.
So why'd you need the cover story to go to Atlantic City?
I'll see my brother.
Yeah, but who did you have to give that to as a cover story?
No, my brother is home, my other brother.
Right.
And I said, I got to go to Atlantic City.
But instead you came here.
I stopped by to go there.
So you like to gamble?
Yeah, I love to gamble.
You took a little bit of a gamble coming in here tonight.
No, I just stopped by.
But you said you were nervous when you came in. Why were you so
Yeah,
nervous?
because I was going to Atlantic City and it was dark, and I'm not usually a driver at dark at nighttime.
So the nighttime makes you nervous?
Yeah, driving. I'm not a driver at night.
And what about visiting a boy who's home alone? Does that make you nervous?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I just wanted to just say hi. It
Just
was
to
not
say
that,
hi
yeah.
and drop off a package.
Yeah, I had beer.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, not at all. You could smell my breath. Not at all.
It's okay, I don't need to do that. He tells me several times he thought the boy was 18, but in the chat log, the decoy tells him 2 different times that he's 14. How old are you?
39.
39. You said you were 35 online.
35. 39.
We find out later he's actually 46. He says he's unemployed and spends his time caring for his ailing mother. Then he tries to explain away his graphic sexual chat. You asked him in your chat if he was top or bottom. What does that mean?
Did I ask that? I don't remember that.
Are you top or bottom? I'm horny, you say.
I was just fooling around.
Well, if you're just fooling around, then why were you so concerned about knowing whether or not he was a cop?
Just joking.
Just joking. So what made you decide to come over here and meet a teenage boy after this sexually explicit conversation?
I thought it was like I wanted to hang out with someone, like a friend. Like I thought he was like 18, something like that. It wasn't. I'm not gay.
I'm not gay. Yeah, we have seen this one.
Hi, my name is Josie, and I'm a girl, and I have a penis.
What would you do if your 8-year-old son told you he wanted to be a girl?
Right now, in the perfect world, she'd go to sleep with her penis and then wake up with a vagina.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A mommy. An increasing number of children are being brought up as the opposite sex.
We saw this shit too. Like, what is wrong with you fucking retards?
My name is Yahya Mohammed. I'm 21 years old. I'm an Israeli. I'm an Arab. I'm a Muslim. And I'm a proud soldier in the Israeli Defense Forces. I grew up in the Arab village of al-Fahm. I grew up in a country that I was taught to hate. But eventually I fell in love with Israel. I decided I wanted to give back to my country. So even though I am not required to do military service, I chose to enlist in the IDF and join a combat unit. I was nervous about how the rest of my platoon would feel about serving with a soldier who comes from a Muslim background. But I was greeted with open arms, treated with nothing but respect and admiration. Today I officially finished advanced training in the Nakhal Infantry Brigade. And when I stood on the ceremony alongside the brothers that I had been training with for the last 8 months, I was proud to accept the responsibility of standing at the borders and protecting my country, Israel. What made me fall in love with Israel was the resilience of its people, and I'm proud to be part of that people. And I'm proud to be me, an Israeli, Arab, Muslim, IDF soldier.
Alright. Pat, welcome back. Shadow with the Prime Sub, welcome. Don Rainier and Ars did. Thank you, boys. Schnagot as well in 9 months. Welcome back. Oh shit. It's happening.
You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one. You think you're something special? There is nothing special about you.
I've always wanted to know about my parents.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met. They were funny and clever, and they stood up for what they believed was right. The next time I see you will be in Hogwarts.
Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you. Let's see who you are.
Are you really Harry Potter?
Bitch. Where's... Well, that's a bad chest, right?
throughout his ministry, Jesus repeatedly warns us about the passion, the sin of pride. And he does this because pride disturbs the mind, the reasoning powers of the mind more than any other sin, more than any other passion. Pride disturbs our capacity to reason. Now, of course, there are many different consequences of self-love: arrogance, presumption, vainglory, and so on. But the most dangerous, the most destructive form of self-love is pride. And this is because pride is contempt for God. Contempt for God. When we ascribe to ourselves our achievements, our spiritual growth, our virtues and so on, and not to God, then it is a denial of God. It places us in opposition to God. We make ourselves enemies of God through pride. And this is such a serious and dangerous condition to find ourselves in, that Christ repeatedly gives these teachings to guide us, to protect us, lead us away from falling into pride. One example of this is the 18th chapter of the Gospel of St. Luke, where Jesus teaches the parable, sometimes called the parable of the publican and the Pharisee, sometimes the tax collector and the Pharisee. But in this parable, Christ is offering us help when we are tempted to fall into trusting in ourselves. It reminds us that our refusal to recognize God as the true source of every good thing always leads us to judging and condemning other people. Pride, trust in ourselves, always leads to condemnation of other people.
Condom?
When righteousness, which of course the Pharisee describes in his own life, is mixed even with a little pride, then what is good can become demonic. And when we look at what the Pharisee says, at first his words resemble those of a grateful man. He says to God, "I thank thee, O Lord." But in reality, he is only grateful that he isn't like other men, the sinners that he recognizes and sees around him. It's clear he believes that he alone is responsible for his good deeds, for his righteousness.
Mental illness.
That they've started moving into a realm where they do not really have expertise. Let's say that they're moving into an area where they don't have that much experience and they don't have that much control, and they actually start to make mistakes. So if you point out that they're making big mistakes, or you let them know subtly in a non-emotional way that you're aware that some of the things that they've told you are simply wrong, and you can prove so it's not you defying them, because that becomes an ego battle. They can ego battle all day, and let's face it, they're probably better than you or I are at winning ego battles. So you don't ego battle. What I recommend, if it's a strategy, is you subtly let them know that you're aware of a source that contradicts most of what they say, and that proves them, you have proof, cast iron proof, that some of the things that they've said are simply wrong. They're hypervigilant, so they'll constantly be looking. If you're the significant other, they'll constantly be looking to see who and what you're aware of and the content you're aware of, and to see if the con, the charlatanism of the false self that they're imposing on you is working. I'm amazing, I'm very clever, I know about this, that, the other thing, I'm qualified in this, that, the other thing. And then you sort of subtly go, yeah, I actually know that that's not true, and I know that some of the things you've said are wrong, and this is how, but you don't say it directly. You'll drive them completely insane, because the idea that they could be wrong defies the false self and creates that narcissistic mortification. What I've observed is, under these circumstances, the next phase that they will go into is rage, and they will then start vociferously attacking the source that has proved them to be wrong. That's a sign you've got them by the short and curlies. The fifth strategy I'm going to recommend directly switches off the false self. If you want to directly go to the false self and reduce it in power, you must cease to feed them supply. So you stop offering them supply. There is now no more supply. We're back here again. You render them insignificant. It is not a question of shifting from adoration and worship and respect to rudeness and loathing and disrespect and contempt. That's not the point. You don't do that. You simply turn down all emotional content. That's for my Bruce Lee fans. All emotional content. You turn it down. So there's no longer like this emotionality to your relating to them. You kind of let it be known you find them a little bit boring, and that you're sort of politely enduring their philosophizing, their self-aggrandizing. If you've had a narcissist in your life, you'll know they frequently go into these mini speeches, like almost like a stand-up comedian doing a bit, or a politician who does like an essay, where they'll be like, I'm the type of person who always, and then they start self-lionizing and self-aggrandizing and saying how wonderful and moral and, you know, committed to whatever principle they are. So if you start, you know, sort of pulling away from that emotionally, you reduce the supply because you're reducing your emotional content. When you respond with upset,
I'm reducing his content. About all of anything, man. Try identify. Welcome back. 138. Email 58. Thank you, boys.
Mr. Benjamin Natai, do the Palestinians have a right to a separate state? Well, Mr. John has been talking about human rights.
Well, I think that it's... No, I don't think they do.
Okay. Psycho, it's crumbs. Put it in, Mr. Meme Cookie. Human meal, thank you, boys. Welcome back. Welcome. Oh my God.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to get into the 5 traits that let you know you're dealing with a covert narcissist. The first one to watch out for is if you see a pattern of behavior that in psychology I've seen in different papers called withdrawn self-centeredness. So if you see the person actually withdrawing from life, withdrawing from people, and becoming very, very self-centered in a sort of an isolated space, that is an indication of narcissism, that they're self-centered. But the covert narcissism is covered by the fact that they're withdrawing from the world. So why would they withdraw from the world and become self-centered? They're withdrawing from the world because of covert or vulnerable narcissism, which means that they think that they're amazing, they think that they're wonderful, they think that they're special, but largely speaking, they're struggling to convince the world that that's true. So when they get feedback from real people, and they're not just getting feedback from inside their head, it's creating multiple small narcissistic injuries, because largely people are going, actually, you're not particularly interesting, no, you're not very special, and they get negative feedback from the environment. In narcissistic personality disorder, remember, everything is all about this thing that we call the false self. They have a delusional view of themselves as all powerful, super sexy, super exciting, super interesting, the richest, the bravest, the most intelligent, the most qualified, whatever. That's the false self.
Don't stop now.
Reality and truth are the enemy of the narcissist. They have to keep the reality and truth at bay in order to support the false self. So the perfect environment for them is to largely withdraw and become avoidant of the world, of people, of reality, and to become extremely self-centered. In another way, we could say that they're withdrawing into a world of their own creation that supports them in their fantastical and delusional view of themselves. The second trait that you're looking for is extreme hypersensitivity, particularly to criticism.
Alright. I ain't watching your next link, man. I can already see it's the same link, fucking timestamp further, okay? You donated past the expiration time and you know it, so I am not cutting you no fucking slack, alright? The show must go on, alright? We have a fucking showcase to watch later. So let's play some games in between. Yeah, let's play it. Alright. Xbox Showcase. Later. But before that, we can squeeze in the little world record, right, chat? Right. Game cap. Couple cap.